Hey guys, on today's video I'm going to show you how to install a set of Wet Okole seat covers for your 9th generation Honda Accord. We're going to be working on a 2015 4-door sedan. Now actually I installed the seat covers yesterday. Due to the fact that my neighbor has about 1,000-watt stereo blasting out of his car when I'm trying to record the video, it basically ruined the audio. So I'm going to have to do a voiceover of the video over what I shot because I'm not going to do this install again. Let me give you some of my reviews and thoughts first before I even show you how to do the install. I love these seat covers. They're awesome. In fact, I'm sitting in them right now. They're very comfortable. They're very durable. It feels far, far better than the factory Honda fabric. Two things I don't like. Number one, these covers are an absolute pain to install. I've done a lot of different brand of seat covers on a lot of different vehicles, and the Trek Armors were probably the toughest to install before I installed these. These things, at least on this generation of Accord, are a royal pain. And I'm going to show you a few of the things to watch out for, and hopefully you won't have to go through the headache that I did by doing them. I've never used this brand of seat covers before. Very impressed with them. They fit really, really well. They basically look like they're factory fabric. But man, they're a pain to install. I'm just going to tell you that up front. But it's worth it. I would do it again, okay? Because they're really good. They're really good seat covers. The other thing, which I think is a slight, I don't want to say design flaw, but the way that the Accord has the back of the seat where it wraps under the seat cushion and up under the seat prevents you from being able to tuck in the vertical portion flap underneath and attach it to the back with the Velcro. And I'll show you a little bit of that before. The other piece of advice I would give you is on the driver's seat, I did not need to unbolt the seat from the floor at all. I should have, because it probably would have cut my time in half. It is so much easier if you can just take the bolts out of the seat. You don't have to remove the seat or unplug anything from the car, but just rock it back so you have room to get to the clips underneath and adjust everything. Trying to do that, working with a space that's about that big from the floor, is just, it's not easy at all. And the passenger seat, I actually had to do it, and I'll show you why. But you don't have to remove the seats, but unbolting them with the 14mm socket makes life so much easier. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to show you how they look now. I don't think my neighbors are going to be blasting their stereo, I hope. So I'm going to be able to do that in kind of real time. And I'm going to show you a few areas to watch out for. Then I'm going to go ahead and let you see the video, and I'm just going to do a voiceover of what I was doing. That's not my normal style of doing do-it-yourself videos, but I have to apologize. So let me show you. Okay, this is these are the finished product. And I really, really like the way these fit. They fit really, really nice. And you'll see this on the video. There's a strap that goes across here on the bottom, and there's two straps that go across here. And they have the little buckles, and then you can cinch them up so everything's nice and tight. Well, you have to take the strap and shove it down in between this plastic. Now, it's possible to do it on this side. To get it all the way down, it's very, very hard on your fingers to do that. That's why I recommend that you just get your 14mm bolt out and take all the bolts out of both seats, and then you'll be able to rock the seat back a little bit, enough to where you'll have plenty of room to see what you're doing. The back right here, let me show you. The factory Honda fabric, this is the factory Honda fabric, goes from the back all the way down up under and attaches to the frame of the seat. There's no way to undo this. So normally you would be able to slide your hand all the way through the bottom of the seat cushion and it would poke out right here. And that's necessary because you need to be able to attach the other portion that you slide through to this Velcro strip that's on this side. Well, you can't do that because of this fabric right here. Not really anything that I don't think Wet Okole could have done other than reverse the side of the Velcro so it would stick on the inside of this. But what you have to do is it just goes all the way through. In fact, well, I don't want to try to bring it out, but if you'll just put it all the way through, and it's nice and tight, it's not going anywhere. But you can feel the Velcro, and it's supposed to attach to the back of this, but it can't because of that fabric piece. The console cover also is really nice. There's the button right here, and it's got a strap, this factory button. This is easy to go on, and everything works like it's supposed to, and it's got the same type of material. Headrests, just press the little button. There's a button on each side. You just press that in and the whole headrest will pop off, and you do the same to the other side. But the side on the passenger seat right here, this plastic, is near impossible to get that strap pushed down and under unless you unbolt the seat so you can see what you're doing. It's self-explanatory when you see it. It's very hard to show you this. I did take some shots of the install over there with the seat tilted up so you could see, but I mean, it's very simple. It's just the execution's a little bit of a pain, but I love the seat covers. I'm very happy that they're on here now, and I hope I never have to take them off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you the install with the voiceover. If you've got any questions or anything, leave a message in the comments.
Alright, so here is the voiceover that I promised you. Right here I've opened the box from Wet Okole, and I'm going through making sure I have everything there. You should have both headrests, you should have a center console cover, and I'm just looking at them to make sure they're not damaged. You will have a seat bottom for each front seat and the seat back for each front seat. Now when you flip the seat bottoms over, you're going to notice these buckles. These are the buckles that are underneath the seat that will provide tension so that the cover won't slide around. Those are the buckles that will need to be adjusted, which is why I said to remove the bolts. Now right there is the tag. Alright, a tag on the bottom shows that it's the driver's side. A tag on the upper portion shows it's for the driver's side. Please don't get them mixed up. Always remember the tag is sewn only on the driver's side seat. Again, unbuckling the buckles, and it just has some care instructions on the tag itself. Now these are the backs, and as I was mentioning earlier in the video, they're Velcroed together. Now ideally, if Honda had not put that flap there, you would be able to slide one of those flaps through and then Velcro it just like it is in its shipped position. That's not possible. You cannot, unless you are able to cut that flap, which I don't recommend. The seat back is nice and tight even with that not attached to each other, and there's the tag, which means that's the driver's side. Now it's extremely important to remember that the driver's side on cars with airbags and the passenger side have the cutouts for the airbags on the seat covers on the correct side, so do not get that mixed up. Just remember the tags go to the driver's side. Also, depending on your if you're working on a 9th generation or 8th generation, or maybe you're looking at this video for a completely different kind of car, they're pretty much all basically the same. They're going to have different cutouts to go around different pieces of the frame. But again, I'm just kind of looking over the covers, making sure that there's no funkiness, and I don't know why my camera's doing that. Just trying to take a quick inventory. I don't want to get half of the stuff done and find out there's a small rip or tear or some kind of imperfection in the fabric. But don't forget to undo the buckles before you do anything. Now this is a headrest. Headrests do not have a driver and passenger side. Headrests do have a front and the back to them. And I'm showing you the shot there. There's a large side and a small side. So you got to make sure to match it up, and I'll show you how to install that on the headrest itself. On the bottom of the headrest, which I'm going to show you in just a second, there's a closed side, which is that side, the top, and then there's an open side at the bottom. You want to make sure to install the cover with the closed side on first, and then finish with the open side. Alright, so I wanted to give you a shot of the headrest. You notice there is a small or slight curvature towards it. There's a small side and a large side. And to get the headrest off, it's very simple. There is a button that you depress right there. Just push it in, and as you push and hold the button in, you just pull the headrest up. It's much easier to do with two hands than it is with the one that I'm trying to do right here. But I'll slide the seat or tilt it back a little bit and then pop it right out, and it comes out just like that. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to install the cover on the headrest. This is the way it's supposed to be installed. And you see there's a closed side and an open side. So let me show you how to put this on. It's very easy. You always want to start with the closed side. And notice that the back is wider than the front of, or excuse me, the front portion is wider than the back. You just got to get the curvature right. You'll see if you put it on backwards. So what I'm doing is I'm sliding the headrest down slightly and making sure that it's over the both ends. The material is stretchy, so you'll have plenty of play and give with it. But kind of get it down where it's the two seams are centered on the headrest itself. I'm going to have to adjust them just a little bit. Once you get it pretty much where you want it, then there's Velcro hook and loop at both ends, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly pull the two seams together so the Velcro locks in place, and just kind of get the Velcro in place and give it a slight pull, and it will hold in place just like that. And don't forget the other side. There are cutouts for the posts themselves, so you have a little bit of wiggle room in there. But once you get everything Velcroed, and you can make any slight adjustments, but that's pretty much the way that it's supposed to look. Any slight imperfections or wrinkles will over time work themselves out from being on the seat itself. Okay, here is where the fun begins. Remember, tag means it's for the driver's side. What I'm going to do is make sure that all the buckles are undone. I'm going to basically just lie it on the seat like this. The hard part here is getting the straps, as I told you in the introduction, getting the straps on the side down. And again, if I was to do this over, I would tell you to please just unbolt the front seat and just tilt it slightly up. That strap right there, it is possible because I did do it. I shoved it through there with my hand without seeing what I was doing. On the passenger side, it's near impossible. Now I'm going to have to remove the buckle off of it and reattach the buckle underneath the seat. because that buckle is not going to slide through that plastic. So just remove the buckle like that and place it aside so you won't lose it. And then the next part is just to feed the straps in through, and this right here is it's fun. Alright, so I've gotten the strap through and I'm showing you, I'm just pulling it. I'm going to work it down the cushion so that it's pretty much in line with where it's sewn in. And I'll tuck the portion of it under the plastic after I get all the straps hooked underneath. Now I'm going to take the two straps that are in the back flap portion, try to get the camera adjusted for you. And this part is not really as hard as it seems. You can slide your hand through there with the straps on them. Alright, so I've gotten the straps on all the sides underneath the cushion. I'm going to give you a shot here. And there's a lot going on under here, but you can make out the straps going across side to side. And then above that I've got the straps going front to back. Now if I had tilted this up, it would have made life a lot easier. But I got the tension right, and the cushion is nice and tight on there, or the cover is nice and tight on the cushion. It looks good, the seat moves properly. So the next part is to just remember that this car has a side airbag, and you want to make sure to get the right cover on the right seat. So we're going to do that next. Alright, so I've got the correct cover because it's the tag. We know it's the driver's seat. And I'll give you a shot of where the airbag comes out. These seat covers are airbag rated, so you must have a cover that's airbag rated on the seat. Now the back flap, it's got two hog ring or S clips, and we're just going to slide the cover over the seat in its general position. I want it equal side to side, and also I want to make sure that it's going to line up with the headrest holes in the top of the seat. Let me move the camera here so that you can get a little bit better shot. It's unbelievable how loud my neighbor's stereo is right now. I couldn't hardly hear myself think. Anyway, so I'm just working the cover down. I'm pulling it down, making sure it fits on the square on the seat itself. And I'm taking the flap right there, and that flap you push in between the seat bottom and the upright portion, and that should, if Honda did not place their back flap back there, it would poke all the way through, and then it would attach to the other portion on the back at the Velcro point, just like it was shipped. But that's not. See, I'm back there right now looking, trying to figure this out, scratching my head, and I'm going to show you kind of what I came up with. Alright, so I've got the cover on all the way, and as I showed you in the first part of the video, I just slid the flap completely under there, and that Velcro, I kind of made it touch the back of the Honda flap on the inside, so it stuck to it, so it was nice and tight. And also those two S clips that we saw, I attached them underneath the seat. Alright, so here's the console or the armrest portion, which is the easiest by far. This is not completely square, as you see. Alright, so this is, as I said, simple. You just slip the cover over the armrest. The button still works fine. The strap will go towards the back of the armrest, and as you see, there's a slight seam right there to account for the little kick out where the button is. But the console works perfectly with this over there. I thought it may catch or bind. It doesn't at all. It doesn't even feel like it's on there. And the button is fully functional. It locks the console down like it's supposed to. And this is this part is really a no-brainer portion of the assembly. Alright, so I don't want to make the video longer than it already is. The passenger seat is pretty much the exact same way as the driver's seat, but what I've done here is I have unbolted, as I said before, and lifted it up to show you what the underside of this thing looks like. You can see the straps. It was so much easier to do the straps with the seat tilted up because it gives you about 1 foot of room instead of about 3.5 inches. You'll see when you lift the seat up where you can route that side strap that I was telling you about that I was having trouble with. That's impossible to do on the passenger side if you don't lift the seat up. But it's very plain to see what little hole that you can feed the strap through. It's very easy. So please take the time, take the 5 minutes, get you a 14 millimeter, take all the bolts, 4 bolts out of the seat, and just tilt it back. You don't have to move the seat. You can leave all the electrical connectors connected. It will make life so much easier to put that seat bottom on.